Snow White is finally coming out this weekend. I believe this weekend's coming out. And if you're planning to see it, you'll be one of the very few, I think. Disney is scaling down their plans for the premiere. And right now they're in damage mitigation phase. They've been in that for a while. They're expecting that this thing will flop, which it probably will. Then again, you can never underestimate the American moviegoer's appetite for soulless corporate slop. So it's possible that after all of this, it still makes $1 billion. We'll see. I don't think so, but it's possible that it does happen. And anyway, Disney is releasing a few last promo materials for this film, and I want to show you a couple of them just because they're funny. First, this is a sneak peek of a scene. I think it's the first full clip of a scene from this movie that has been put out. We'll just watch a few seconds of this. Watch.
Please. You were saying?
It's just, Your Majesty, people are struggling, and it may not be much, but when I was young, my parents and we'd pick apples. We'd take them and make pies, then go out into the village.
Pies are luxuries. They don't need luxuries. It confuses them.
But sometimes something small, something sweet even, can make you believe that there's more to being alive than mere subsistence.
I really don't remember you being this opinionated.
My apologies. It's just, I feel they need some kindness.
Fearless, fair, brave, true. How quaint.
First of all, I know this point has been made, but this truly is the worst casting maybe in the history of the film industry. Has there been a film with worse casting than this? And I don't just mean the Snow White actress. Obviously, she's terrible, but both of them. These are the two least charismatic actresses in the business in the same film. Neither of them make any sense for their roles. We've already covered how Rachel Zegler is a terrible choice for Snow White. Nothing about her says Snow White, and that's even leaving aside the fact that she openly detests the story, as she's said many times during this disastrous PR campaign. But Gal Gadot, who plays the Queen, the first problem is that she's the evil queen. The evil queen is supposed to be envious of Snow White's beauty, and that is just not believable. It is just not, even in a movie with magical mirrors and dwarves and all that, in a fairy tale, that strains my ability to suspend disbelief. I can buy that this is a world with magic. It's a world where dwarves are down in the gold mines and singing and whatever. I cannot buy that Gal Gadot is angry that she's not as beautiful as Rachel Zegler. I cannot buy that. And also, Gal Gadot is a terrible actress, frankly. I mean, she certainly is not a very emotive actress. She doesn't do big, over-the-top sort of things. But that's what you need for a Disney villain. This is a Disney villain. You need someone who can ham it up a bit, who can chew the scenery a little bit. That's what you need from a Disney villain. And Gal Gadot is just not that. So it just doesn't work at all. As we celebrate the victory of our 47th president, there's no better way than to introduce the 4547 Patriot Edition American whiskey produced by the team at Wise Spirits right here in our hometown of Nashville. Their massively handcrafted American whiskey pays homage to the very essence of a great nation, celebrating its rich history and vibrant culture. Each batch is carefully selected from the finest barrels, with each drop representing a testament to precision and quality. Best part is this whiskey is made by Patriots for Patriots and embodying the spirit of the American dream. I've had the pleasure of enjoying 4547 whiskey, and let me tell you, it hits hard with a strong taste and a clean finish. You can tell this is not some cheap bottom shelf stuff. It's the kind of drink that makes you want to lean back in your chair and have another. Experience the 4547 Patriot Edition whiskey, where every sip tells a powerful story of heritage, craftsmanship, and indomitable spirit. Here's to freedom, to tradition, and to the spirit of America. 4547 Patriot Edition American whiskey, crafted with honor, inspired by courage, crafted by Wise Spirits, Nashville, Tennessee. Please drink responsibly. 4547 Premium American Whiskey, 46% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2025, Wise Spirits Incorporated, Nashville, Tennessee. Must be 21 or over. There's one other Snow White clip that I wanted, that's making the rounds. I wanted to play real quick. This, because this is very funny. The account End Wokeness on X had this a couple of days ago, and I don't know when this was released, but it's a very brief clip of some song from the movie, and it tells you the origin story of Snow White in this new reimagining of the story. Listen.
Sharing secrets with a stone. My father told me long ago I braved a bitter storm of snow. Is that a girl I'll ever know again?
So there you go. That's the apparently the origin story now of Snow White. That's how they explain Snow White's name. She was caught in a snowstorm, so they named her Snow White. What was her name before that? Who knows? Did they not give her one? They wanted to see what the weather was going to be first? And then they named her whatever the weather. So what if her, it's a good thing it wasn't freezing rain or sleet, you know? Her name could have been Gray Sleet. Her name could have been 70% humidity, which would not have the same ring to it. And this is not, needless to say, the original story behind Snow White's name. In the original fairy tale, she is named Snow White because she has white skin. That is what the name refers to. She has skin as white as snow. That's why she's named Snow White. And it's right in the name. So this is, as many people have compared it to this, it is exactly like making Black Panther white. It is exactly the same sort of thing as if they had Chris Pratt playing Black Panther. That's what they're doing here. And the filmmakers are obviously embarrassed by it, so they need to come up with some new explanation for why she's named Snow White, and then this is what they came up with. The lamest one imaginable. And let me also say one other thing, that we've only heard 15 seconds of this song, but the song is obviously not an original Snow White song. It's a new song, and it sounds exactly like every song in every Disney movie for the past 15 years. I mean, they all really do sound exactly the same. And I have heard more of them than you might think because I have daughters. So I've heard a lot of these new Disney songs, and they all sound exactly the same. They don't even know how to make songs for their movies anymore. It's kind of similar to the Christmas song problem, right? Nobody knows how to make a Christmas song anymore. There hasn't been a Christmas song that sounds and feels like a Christmas song for like 50 years. There have been maybe Christmas songs that are technically fine and right. If you just analyze it on a pure musical, just looking at the melody and everything else, and you listen to it and say, well, it's fine. It's a fine song, but it just doesn't feel like a Christmas song. And I don't know why that is, but that ability to make a song that feels like a Christmas song has been lost. And I think that Disney has a similar problem, that they don't know how to make a song that feels like a song from a fairy tale. They don't know how to make fairy tale songs anymore. They always feel like these empty kind of derivative, repetitive, mediocre, modern pop songs. So just going to be bad stuff all around. And please do not support this movie. Do not take your kids to go watch this movie. You'll be sending exactly the wrong kind of message. It will truly be an indictment on the public if this movie is successful, in spite of it all. And then they're going to do a sequel if that happens, and we're going to have to deal with Rachel Zegler on doing more PR and interviews and everything else. We don't want to deal with that, so just don't watch the movie. Thanks for checking out this video. If you'd like to listen to my full podcast on the go, you can check out The Matt Walsh Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.